Get ready to hear the creepiest cemetery horror stories that will send shivers down your spine and make you clutch your loved ones a little tighter. Cemeteries, those silent cities of stone and shadow, have a way of weaving a chilling spell. The air hangs heavy with the weight of untold goodbyes, the silence broken only by the mournful sigh of the wind through skeletal branches. Headstones, weathered and worn, stand as grim sentinels, each inscription a whispered echo of a life lived and lost. It's in this unsettling atmosphere, where the veil between worlds seems thinnest, that the truly terrifying stories are born. So, gather close, brave listener, for tonight, we delve into the forbidden realm of cemetery chills. We'll explore tales of restless spirits, vengeful curses, and the things that lurk just beyond the reach of our flickering flashlights. The rusty iron gate of Elmwood Cemetery rasped a death knell as I shouldered it open. The sound was immediately devoured by the oppressive silence that hung heavy in the air, broken only by the mournful sigh of the wind whispering secrets through skeletal branches. Moonlight, veiled by a tattered shroud of clouds, cast an eerie, flickering light on the uneven cobblestone path that stretched before me like a petrified river leading to an unknown, unsettling sea. The air itself felt heavy, thick with the cloying scent of damp earth and decaying leaves, sending a cold tendril of dread snaking down my spine. This was stupid, a teenage dare, fueled by bravado as thin and brittle as the dying leaves clinging desperately to the skeletal trees. One that had me armed with a sputtering flashlight and a heart that threatened to erupt from my chest with its frantic drumming against my ribs. With each hesitant step, the shadows writhed and contorted in my peripheral vision, fueled by the gnarled branches reaching out like skeletal claws, casting grotesque silhouettes against the sickly moonlit sky. A sudden snap of a twig sent a jolt of terror through me, making me jump and spin around, the beam of my flashlight slicing through the gloom like a feeble sword against an encroaching darkness. My breath came in ragged gasps, each one a tiny white puff against the oppressive blackness. Every creak of the wind, every rustle of unseen things in the undergrowth, amplified 100-fold by my racing pulse. Then, looming in the distance, I saw it. A mausoleum, a hulking monolith of polished black granite that seemed to absorb the moonlight, casting a deeper, more suffocating darkness around it. Grotesque gargoyle statues, perched on the corners like monstrous guardians, seemed to leer at me with malice in their cold stone eyes. A morbid curiosity, laced with a healthy dose of self-preservation gone terribly wrong, propelled me forward. The heavy oak door groaned in protest as I fumbled with the rusted iron handle, the sound swallowed by the tomb's cavernous interior. Goosebumps erupted on my skin as a wave of frigid air, smelling faintly of mildew and something far more unsettling, washed over me. Dust motes danced in the feeble beam of my flashlight, catching the spectral light and swirling like lost souls trapped in an eternal waltz. Cobwebs, thick and heavy with accumulated years, brushed against my face, sending shivers down my spine. The air was still, suffocatingly so. The silence pressed in on me, broken only by the frantic drumming of my own heart. My flashlight beam bounced across rows of ornately carved wooden coffins, each polished surface gleaming with an unnatural sheen in the ghostly light. Names, etched in cold, uncaring stone, stared back at me, stark reminders of the finality that awaited us all. As I crept deeper, a low moan, barely audible at first, rose from the inky depths of the mausoleum. It was a sound that scraped against my soul, a chilling chorus of despair and raw, unimaginable agony. My flashlight flickered, plunging me into a sudden, terrifying darkness. Panic, cold and primal, flooded my system, constricting my throat and making it impossible to scream. It was in that suffocating darkness that the moans grew louder, a cacophony of tortured voices swirling around me, threatening to tear me apart. When the light sputtered back on, a primal scream tore from my throat. One of the coffins at the far end of the room hung ajar, revealing a skeletal hand, its long, yellowed fingers curled beckoningly towards me. Terror ripped through me, an icy fist squeezing the air from my lungs. I scrambled backwards, tripping over a hidden step and landing hard on the cold stone floor. The impact stole the remaining breath from my lungs, forcing a choked left to grapple with the chilling certainty that something evil lurked within the walls of Elmwood Cemetery. One thing was clear. I would never